we're carrying on with the second half of the video. The camera switched off. So we're continuing from this page on, and we have left off from here, the Manukau Harbour, where the Scottish people bought this land they never got. It was not surveyed. See, the 1830s, we have to remember the time Maori people, see, they put Maori, they're mischievous, put the word Maori there because there was no Maoris, it was only native, indigenous people in the region that we now call Auckland, lived beside the Manukau. See, the name Manukau is prominent in Britain, in Scotland, in Westminster, as the land title holder that they recognise at that time being Moriori with the Cook Islands, but these Manukau had more mana in their make-up of the land with the Cook Island people on Chatham Islands. Okay, so they were the good ones out of the bad ones coming into New Zealand. Manukau Harbour, Manukau Land Company sponsored in Edinburgh. There we go, in 1838 by a group of Scottish landed gentry, landed here as gentry, speculators, right? I'm saying the Freemasons was amongst this lot. The Manukau Company, Manukau Company, right? Take note, I'm saying this is a citation of fact evidence developed as an offshoot to, see, they switched it as an offshoot to the New Zealand Company. No, it's the other way around. This was the one that made the title with that Manukau, Rewharewa Manukau, and with Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau. I'm going to tell the true story, the deeds of truth, that anyone listening to this video has to refute what I'm saying on behalf of Paramount Chief Mohi Te Mati Manukau IV. I'm speaking for him and his Freemason position in Helensville, Freemason Lodge, and him 50 years in the Freemasons. You'll see it later. You'll see the evidence that I put there of him keeping secrets inside the Freemasons Lodge and no one else but me. Okay? I'm the only one that was privy to what Mohi told me. I'm telling you right now to put the records straight for the 4 chiefs I've chosen to take the Manukau title and claim it back into Ngāpuhi and Moriori, Ngāpuhi with Kingi Taurua, connected to Hongihika, and also Bandi Waitai connected to Hongihika, and Manahi Parapara Mohini connected to Manukau, this company. That's his title. He can talk for them in the courts, anywhere. He can say what he wants because I'm the land commissioner and the legal advocate speaking for him and Mohi Manukau absent, and King William IV absent, and King William III absent, and St. Patrick absent, and St. Mary absent. I'm speaking for them as a representative surrogate King William III, King William IV, and to William the Conqueror and King Solomon and his mines with this commercial contract, private contract, two-way party partnership, ship of Admiralty, partnership with the Manukau Company in Edinburgh, Scotland. Roy and Wood, conveyancing lawyers, put this company together with Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau, and that's that. My word against yours. My word against anyone in the whole world where native titles have been born out of this title. I'm saying this to these natives here in New Zealand to grab your title for all the other indigenous countries in the world on this statement of claim. Right? Build immigration fund the sale of shares of the land and land. This is a Freemasons legal instruments over the substance company and its beneficiaries. They put as shareholders in their own land, native land. The Freemasons was immigrants here in New Zealand and they only administered the king's lands, not the Freemasons' lands, the king's lands, because the king conquered the lands, not the Freemasons. The Freemasons are only information gatherers, and their oath states that they are not deeds of truth. They have deeds of myths and deeds of illusions and everything else evil that belongs to Lucifer, the devil god. That's them. That's them. It's their word against these chiefs' word as who owns New Zealand. I'm saying the commercial landowners, these 4 Paramount chiefs, and myself, the surrogate king, and Moai Crown, Moai Memorial, and King William IV Memorial, King William III Memorial, St. Patrick's Memorial, and St. Mary's Church Memorials, owns this land collectively on our documents, doctrines of discovery titles to this country and the whole Pacific Islands. Okay? King of Hawaii, do you hear what I'm saying today? Today is the Friday, the 12th of May 2017, because this is the second part of this video. Connecting to the other one was 4 gigabytes and ran out. So here we have the deeds receipts with clearly here where I've got this pointer, Refa Manukau. Okay? The 11th of November 1862. See, him on his own, here and here, selling the land in Auckland, right, Pukikohi. This is just one title where he sold the land to Clendon. Okay, so the deeds on Pukaki Block, Manukau District, see, Manukau District, Manukau landowner, Manukau title, right? Here and here. Akarana, Auckland, right? Akarana means Auckland. So Auckland stretched down to Tiki Tiki, to that title that Clendon put together, right? I'm connecting them up. And here, Rokena is Rogan. Yeah? Rogan is Rokena. Judge Rogan, you'll see down the bottom. Judge Rogan. Clendon, there's Clendon. Kiwi Kiwi. I'm picking that this Kiwi Kiwi may have been Refrefa, but Refrefa Manukau's name would have been the same. But there's Pomari there, the main chief that signed this deed of sale. There's Stewart there on this document that sold a Manukau land from England. Okay, there's the receipt of 200, 300 bucks. Pound notes, I must say, and you'll notice it's only got 1 bar on it. We're using 2 bars on our pound note. The Moai pound note has got 2 bars. That's the one that the Rothschilds are holding. We're taking off them. They can't stop us doing that. They can't stop us because we have the title. See, the land was sold to Rogan. Rogan put the land titles together. I'm just trying to find his name on the document in English. It should be somewhere in Manukau District. It's on another document. Clendon, okay, we'll find it on another one. We'll find it on another one because they're connected together. Might be this one. So deed of receipt, that's the same one again. Yeah, it's the same one again. I just want to make it clear and outstanding that we have the Referee for Manukau here, clearly, on his own, not with anybody else. And having clear title at that. What I say is, I'm taking it from Mohi Manukau's words, that he taught me what he knew from his grandfather, John Rogan, in the Kaipara and the native court in Helensville, where he worked with his grandfather holding the survey land peg. There's Pupanga on the 11th November 1862. footnote attached to our nation's story. Manukau, on the other hand, okay. Scots, there's the Scottish there. Cornwallis, UK settlement. Legal Manukau CT, pre-sold Edinburgh 1833. Okay, so I wrote this on this side, but this is the original here. I'm putting the stories here on the left with these arrows pointing straight there. Okay, so here I'm just pointing out, but that was far less obvious in the later 1830s than it is today. We have not to remember that at that time most of the Maori people in the region that we know as Auckland lived beside the Manukau. See, those people were living there. That was the Manukau tribesmen themselves. That was their pa site that was sold by the Manukau's themselves. There's a white township. There's a white township there now. The Manukau Land Company, sponsored in Edinburgh in 1838 by a group of Scottish landed gentry. See, there's those gentries that came from Scotland. I'm telling you, the Scottish people living in Point Chev and up in Hillsborough and also in Avondale are the Scottish people that paid for land that never got, because this government here corrupted their titles in England and Scotland that I'm having to pull out and go back on those titles. We can do that. We can pull anything out because we're the commercial landowners here. I'm pointing that out as well. Roywood lawyers in UK held the UK native legal title, these gentry land title agents in the Manukau Land Company sponsored there before they came to New Zealand. I'm saying Donald Trump is in this same group of people that went to America, is subjected to this flag we have that's got King William IV. Commercial contracts, laws of the sea, laws of commercial contracts in our flag title. This is our citation. I've dated on 26th of April 2017 and my full name, Sheriff for the Paramount Chiefs of Moai. 6th of February, proclaimed King William IV Papal Ball Crown Commercial Landowners Private Contract King William IV 20th of 3rd 1834 flag. Here, right here. Rewhare for Manukau. You've just seen the receipt of Rewhare Manukau to his ancestor, Te Waikato of Edinburgh, 1825. Okay, 1825. He's there putting that title together there. Thompson's story has it in it, published 1859. Okay, so that's all I need to say there. And go on to the next page. I want to be thorough with this because you're watching it on Facebook, and anybody that's can see Facebook or know anybody that wants to find out about this, then go straight there, because I'm proving proof of claim title to the Manukau title, Mohi Te Mati Manukau, Paramount Chief here, to this title here in front of the Freemasons titles. This takes precedent because this is a whole bunch of hapu in this country, and the Pacific Islands is right here. All the people who came from the Pacific Islands to New Zealand is right inside this one carving. Right? This is the most powerful carving in any native country in the world through Westminster, is this one and this man. Okay? He died. I was the last to see him die. I was the last to see him go, and he's talking to me every day to keep me on track. Now there's the birth certificate. Under the King William title reign, he reigned in 1830 to 1837 on one Manukau. There's 4 titles of this you'll see on my side, but it's saying I was here in 1830. So that's proof to this carving at that time period of Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau in 1820 in Cambridge, England to Cambridge, New Zealand and Hamilton. Mangatautari Mountain, where his pa is. Mohi went down there with me and we staked out his claim all over the country. Okay, so here we have the arrows going from here, this side, with this flag. This is the flagship of Admiralty, and the ship at Waitangi with our flag flying up the top. That's what these Paramount chiefs are to do now, is put the flag up the top of that ship, straight to Britain, with these documents, doctrines of discovery, title, and deeds of truth. Tikanga, L-O-R-E, law, God's law, right here in the middle of this carving. Here is this Parliament, straight up to heaven. Okay, straight to heaven. No symbols, no funny looking devil things. This is just plain the way we are. Natural. This is natural law, straight up. And King William's lot of immigrants is here, coming into our marae, all this lot. The other hapu is whānau is this one, coming from there, from the 4 tribes, into the Parliament to listen to the chiefs here and pray to the centre, pray here to the whānau in that eye, and pray here at the bottom here to Tangaro the sea, the provider of the sea. Okay, so that's how that works. That's our title in front of all those funny looking ugly symbols of the Freemasons that's got all these things all over the place. We've got our own navigators. We are the water people. We are the navigators of the sea in the Pacific Ocean, the biggest sea in the world. Okay, so now we come across to the Attorney General, Chris Fennelson. I've had a bone to pick with him all these years, corrupting our title here with his iwi Maori crown. They're getting the bill 970 million trillion, and this one you see right here where I've got the pointer pointing to is his bill. And the Governor General, Patsy Reddy, and the other Governor Generals, Anand Satanan, that we're supposed to sack, and Jerry Mataparai Andrews as ambassador for him in England. He's going to get the bill over that end when I get there with these chiefs, and he's going to get a faceful from these Paramount chiefs under these 2 chiefs, Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau and Hongihika. It's come to life. In this carving has come to life. The carving is there, but I'm using the photos in the meantime because it's in the care of the Manukau family, and they don't know much about it because he didn't tell nobody but me. I'm telling the real story of this memorial. This is the memorial to the native lands here and the title to the whole world of their native countries as well, the tribes coming in. When the King of Hawaii comes in, he comes in here through the whānau here. This one, not this one, there's the British Crown. They come, British Crown with their flag, that flag we have, gives us the protection. They bring the protection of the military and the navy for us in this Parliament, and their British Parliament we use. Those laws, we use the original laws, not the laws that they have there now. They're corrupted. We're using the clean laws of the both King William IV and King William III for our Parliament here. I'm going to put that through across to them at the Hui on the 19th and 20th of May in Waitangi. But I'm hoping they will see this online as I'm explaining it on the video. Now here's the pound note, the first one of many against Chris Fennelson and the Queen here and all the rest of her thugs, pirates I call them. They're getting the bill and all this lot along here around the world. Right? You see the Saudi Prince, you see Netanyahu, you see Obama and all the rest of them there are going to get the bill as well. All those ones get the bill. Those people who have corrupted on the stock market, corrupted everything, they get the bill. Now here, guilty levy debtor charge. They were bill levy debtor charged in the Te Tii Marae with our hearing on the 6th of February. Every year we have the hearing there with the grand jury. And the grand jury will get bigger and bigger, but that's how it started. Here is the receipt here of Rewharewha Manukau, Auckland. That's the same one I'm saying as proof of claim. Again with debtor there, creditor. I'm going as creditor, bank, Moai Powerhouse Bank, and the private purchases here in 1831. Look, 1831 land purchases of this was Clendon at that time. I've made note of them. Wharehere Manukau in Edinburgh, Scotland. So I'm just putting these together as proof. In 1831, Clendon was selling the lands here to Pomare. He sold the first land to Chief Pomare II in 1830, and right up to 1834 he put them through the native court to make them legal straight to Britain on our contract. So we're going under that contract. There's our date there, 1862. Okay, right, next page. We're scooting along. I hope I can get through it. Sovereignty of New Zealand. Here we go, 1833. Well, I'll just read this little bit here. But that certain acts had occurred since these events which prevented the Queen of England assuming the sovereignty. These were King William IV having addressed the New Zealanders as an independent people in 1833. Take note, citation, fact, evidence. And having recognised their national flag in 1834. There, I've made that a fact. Okay? Paramount Chief Rewharewha Manukau sold the Manukau land under the ancestor Paramount Chief Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau, title in Edinburgh, Scotland, Manukau Company, 1820 to 1830, British native title to Captain James Ready Clendon, who opened the Okiato Native Court on Rewharewha Manukau land in Kororareka, Bay of Islands, New Zealand on the 20th of March 1834, flag transferred to Rogan on the 11th of November 1862. That's the title we're going on right here. Okay, and the other one was 1831, the Tiki Tiki St. Mary's Church, the first church in England here in New Zealand, was on my own Wanoa Moai land blocks. Okay, so that's fact. I'm telling you fact of our title to this country that no one can refute. And that's our evidence. There he is, the man himself with the funny looks. And it says here, James Dalton on Facebook, where's Finlayson gone? Because he's acting as a pew-pew, as if he's a Maori, and telling the Maoris what to do. Those are his Maori. I'm saying this in front of all you people in the world. Maori is fraud. Maori is no such tribe as Maori. This guy made it up, and his ancestors made that word. They owned that word Maori. It is a patent name in the Maori Land Court. They screwed our native people under the Manukau title. They screwed. I'm just showing you how this evil man, and he's probably a Freemason as well, and their oath, no truth, right? No deeds of truth in their oath. They are the opposite. They are myths. They swear in their oath, in the Freemasons. Their oath is everything they do in gathering information like this parrot does, gather information, then uses it against us, the real commercial landowners. No more. He's not going to do it anymore. He's checkmated now. So that's all I want to say about him. Okay, we'll go to the next page and leave him as a levy debtor. We go along here to Mohi Manukau signing this document. One of many documents that I went through with him, the Hui Assembly of Chiefs at Oraki Marae and Maori Party members. This is when we were having meetings over who owns the memorials up on One Tree Hill. And so we went up One Tree Hill and claimed that and put the memorial plaque up to draw out the original plaque. It'll come out of there, hiding. 15th of May, 15th day of May, the month of April. I can't see that date, but anyway, 2009 I think it is. But there are their stamps at the time of the Confederation. He was talking on the Confederation side, and there's the stamp that his son Eru Manukau stamped it and sent it back. We sent 20 flags to Malta, where he was with Prince Peter of Malta, and St. John's. There, with the Queen being the head of St. John's, then those 20 flags are supposed to have gone into the New World Order, and the Pope, I think, seized those, so we've got a bone to pick of those 20 flags. I'm making this public notice. This is an affidavit, one of over 3,000 affidavits I put together like this. I can write any way I like. It's none of anybody's business, because this is a private contract between me and King William IV, nobody else. The chiefs, I'll write the way I want, but I said to Manahi, Paramohini, to write up the documents for the Crown Corporation, but he'll have to take my ones along just in case they screw that up as well from us. So I can't make out what this one is. I think it's Onihanga titles in the early days, but I'll check that one up. And here's Tiki Tiki, 1831, St. Mary's Church. That was first church in New Zealand at that time, is holding the papal bull title of King William IV in 1830 to 1837, reigning period monarch, sovereign authority in this land under his Admiralty titles of his Captain Clendon came here, and they forced these bishops and priests forced our birth certificates into their register as a title on our bodies, as instruments to King William IV's Westminster government, Crown land title system. So the Hiru, the Whakawhitira Native Land Court, put these registered names inside there with our Wanoa titles to this Wanoa, Urupa and Rahui Marae. All my Wanoa ancestors are buried in there. There's more Wanoas in that marae than any other marae on the East Coast. Any of them. There's 15 Wanoa maraes and their Urupas all together in the whole of the Pōtikirua ki Waipu boundary area that I'm mastering now with Manahi Paramohini and Tupi Jim Wikotu over those lands. Right? We have the rights to seize them. We're seizing the motel at Loddon Point and the woods land at the same time, because those woods were on the land without a legitimate title at that time, and I'm taking that land off them. They have to get their money back from the Crown that they belong to on the Queen's side. Well, I want that land. I want all of it right along from Cape Runaway to Hicks Bay and along the flats to Tauraroa, and also at the lighthouse back around through Te Pito. Our Moai Wanoa land mark Te Pito, marking that 6 a.m. title to Rapanui, 12 noon to London, 6 p.m. That's our title right there. I want that land back. I want all that land back, and Jim Wikotu will do that and take that waka back on the Haho B7 block at the same time on Beach Road. So I'm just making this statement fact that this church you see here in the whole world is the first native built church in King William IV authority to build it on our land at 1831 outside the Treaty of Waitangi, where this country had no sovereignty to Britain. They were only going on the British title straight to Britain. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We're going straight to Britain today and tomorrow and forevermore. The Brexit government, with or without the Scottish Freemasons. If they want to go to EU Parliament, they can go to Brussels. But we'll catch them over there because we're holding that title to that country as well with this flag of King William IV and King William III. We're holding that 8-point star inheritance title on that flag of Admiralty that they've got their wealth from. Our 8-point star St. Patrick's flag from Ireland, where my own family of Cosgroves come from Ulster. Okay, Ulster. That's where they come from Belfast, um, Downpatrick, and the St. Patrick's Church there, and this one here, St. Mary's Church here. This one to the St. Mary's Church in Parnell, Church of England there, beside the Catholic Church, the Papal Bull married this one, and pulled them together, and that's our Papal Bull title right there in the whole world. Of all the indigenous countries, they stole using this title. Okay, you got that? You got that, everybody? This marae on this side, the Rahui marae, is my own Wanoa family, Mataru Wanoa family, and the Ka. The Ka, the C-A-R-R to K-A-A, Maori name, those reverends, Wanoa and Reverend Ka, belongs here. Okay, I'm claiming that title, my own Wanoa Moai title to the lands, on that register in Whakawhetira. Do not argue with me, because it is the deeds of truth that I go under Moai. Not Maori, Moai. You won't find a liar in Moai, only in Maori. Myths. The Vatican and the Freemasons myths titles. Okay, now we go to this one. I don't know why it went big. Okay, we're going here. Timeline photos. These are the documents that are put together. Chief Magistrate surveyed. So we'll move along. Clinton. This is Clinton here. Majesty, the Magistrate, Chief Magistrate, Survey General Matthews Shortland of the lands. Oh, it shifted that way. Okay, we've gone that way. Back there, all right. Early in 1837, see what happened here is they made, I'm going into the 1840 treaty from 1833, Taka paper, see? So the paper that Clinton and Busby put together was on this Taka paper. This was British paper, and the government here had different paper. This was the true paper with 1833. This is the date, the year that King William acknowledged the Captain Cook title over New Zealand, right there. I'll just check to see who's calling me. Won't be a sec. Judy Ingle. Oh, that's right. It's Judy Ingle. There's Theon there. No, I won't go any longer. I'll just go back. So here, so I'm saying the Taka paper, you'll see in a minute, that was the only approved paper that the real title was written on. Now they had the Littlewood Treaty, which was America, Clinton, America, and that was not approved from here. So that's where I know what's happened there, but I won't go too far into that. I'm going on this 1833 Taka paper when King William, you'll see it acknowledged that he acknowledged Captain Cook founded New Zealand, so that makes the Cook Islands the first ones here, then the Moriori from Chatham Islands, their country, and Chatham Islands came next. That's Mohi Manukau. So wonders why they didn't go to the Cooks to do the titles. No, it's because the Manukau's had more brains at that time to talk to the English, and the English picked the Manukau family and the Wanoa family out of all the families in this country to do the titles with. There's the Taka there, paper. This was the approved British King William IV Westminster government's printing press watermark. Okay, 1833. I'm just putting that there, even make from copies of Clinton's consular dispatches. He was a consular of America, see? So he was doing things to America, New York, for King William, because King William, before he became King of England, he was 68. He spent 50 years in the Navy, Royal New Zealand, Royal Navy, Britain. And out of those 50 years, he only had 7 years as a king. The rest was in the Navy as 13 years old, and he set up the New York Stock Exchange, and it was him being connected to Clendon as the consulate to America on this taka paper that connects us to New York and Washington DC of that title to King William IV on this Littlewood Treaty that was signed then. I'm saying we're using this as fact evidence citation on this document that we are connected through this Cook Island legacy of King William's authentic watermark paper that the Cook Islands founded New Zealand, James Cook, and then the Moriori Manukau's founded it after that with these titles. Okay, the Manukau titles takes precedence over all these titles because the British acknowledge the Manukau Company title in Edinburgh, Scotland, as being the real chief himself, and Te Mati Mohi Manukau as being the real chief that worked with John Rogan, Judge Land Surveyors as well. So there's the taka paper with the documents signed, the legal documents before the government here, the New South Wales New Zealand government, forged the Treaty of Waitangi from. Okay, now here in this picture, I'll make it bigger so you can cover the whole page. I want to show you these two chiefs. So you have my undivided attention that these two chiefs, Hongihika here, and Te Waikato Wharaherehere Manukau, Paramount chiefs, went to England in 1820 to 1830, and Hongihika was the military side of warfare to seize the lands of all the other chiefs in New Zealand and nothing to do with legal documents. He was only the musket man. This man wasn't the musket man. This one man was the military shooting with the British, all the other people of the land, including the French, off the land. This guy, Te Waikato Wharaherehere Manukau, was the brain box of the native titles for the whole world. Blueprint here in New Zealand. He went to Cambridge University, learned English, and learned titles, transferring lands and instruments, legal instruments and banknotes. So this was called Waikato. He was called Waikato. And so that's our connection to King William IV. Him, legal side, and him, military side. Military and documents, titles, okay? So here on this side, these chiefs are connected, and we'll go up here. Moai, Crown fact evidence to Parihaka. We're supposed to go down to Parihaka with these documents to sign. Clendon's Okiato estate was purchased from Pomare II and Kiwikiri of Ngāti Manu in 1830. Look, 1830. And Pomare's pa was situated adjacent to 10 acres of land that Clendon had bought in 1836. Clendon made further purchases from the chiefs in 1837, 80 additional acres at Okiato, and 1838 the Clendon farm of 3,342 acres at there, Mana Wairoa. Now, he was buying land all over the place because he had the Manukau title in England. He could sell lands to anybody. And that's what he was doing as a Freemason, I guess he was, because he was Scottish, I guess, and allowed to do that with the Manukau. And so we go down here. I can't read what's there, but it's on the real documents that are there. Everything on taka paper, 1833 there. But I put this map together, I put this together with Kingi Tauroa and Mohi Manukau here. So really the chiefs are taking the Manukau title over as being the successors to that Manukau title in England with King William IV and the flag. I'm only picking the ones that I'm saying on behalf of Mohi Manukau, because no one's supposed to do this but someone who he was privy to in the Freemasons. So you're lucky you've got me to tell the story the way it should be. Now this is the Wanoa and the Ka church in ministers or past reverends, the Wanoa and the Ka together at Rangitukia in 1831. There, 1831. I've marked it. You can see it on the documents clearer because here I made them into pictures, which has distorted them. But you'll see all the other years are 1837, 1852, 1860 and onwards. This is the only one on this map of the migrations that have come to Rangitukia, and this is where the tracks of Clendon went to put the native titles together at the east coast, right? They joined up all the hapus here, the marais here, in Whakawhitira, okay? That's Rangitukia, 1831, and this is 1837. Here, all the, you see, well, they came from there, they came to there and there, or they went from there to there, but here, those titles went to here, and all the marais were registered in this St. Mary's Church in Tiki Tiki in 1831, right there. Okay? It's all written up. It's all written there. And so we're joining this up to Hikurangi, that's Hikurangi Mountain there at Ruatoria, at Whakawhitira here, and with Aoraki Mountain in the South Island, is that one, it's called Aorangi is Aoraki anyway, Aoraki, and Hikurangi together, Toikai Rako is that waka there, okay, Nukutere, waka as being Kugara, okay, Kugara. Right, that's the title, that's the East Coast title at 1831, you can see plain as day there. When I put more pictures up and we go up north, I'll have them printed, and they're clearer when they're printed out. The pictures have distorted because I've blown them up. So that's that one. That's clearly marking these chiefs joined to here in that period of King William IV and these two in England. Okay, you got that? I hope you're getting this, because this is going to be a big change in the whole world. A whole big change. The world has been lost without the truth, and the truth prevails. So here we have again, now you can see it clearer there in this photo, make it a bit smaller, clearly 1831, 1830 there on this birth certificate of the Manukau and his title, okay, title, there, spirit, there, birth, spirit, ownership, title, there, to God, to the waka, right? This is God, Atua, that's our Atua, in the middle of the Parliament, right? And the chiefs here, the Paramount chiefs are sitting around here, the 13 of them, okay? And others here from other marais are here, and the Pacific Islands are here, with their whānau coming in there. They go to their whānau first, down those pillars, then they go together in their hapus, in their territory, and come onto the marae in the centre, the Noa, the Wanoa, right? All the marais are my surname. Wa, the beginning of time and space. Noa, the law, L-O-R-E, in the centre of the marae is the Noa, where you put all your law, L-O-R-E, Noa, into the Noa, the centre at no tapu. The tapu is outside there. You have to challenge before you come in the gates here, into this marae, here. That's why they have a karanga to get the woman to take the tapu off anybody coming in here, so that when you come in here, you lay down any arms and it's peace. Okay, that's what the Wanoa means in my name from Raiatea and Rapa Nui East Island. I'm just telling you a true story. That's my story and my family's story that's been hidden by this pirate government. Okay, so we got here Te Araroa, 1837. See, look, 1837 in Te Araroa. Now you can see who came afterwards. In 1840, their treaty, see? All these people who came along here in 1837 under Queen Victoria, 1837 when King William died. So King William was 1830 to 1837. He did 50 years in the Navy to set all these titles up with us and Mohi Manukau's family in England with this. Okay, that's why they carved it. That's why they hid it away. When they put it together here, they hid it away in the mud, in the kaipara, and all of a sudden it came out of the mud, and the Pākehā brought it to Mohi Manukau, and that's when we sat around, me and him, and I spent 6 years living in his house with this carving, people. I was there going over every bit of it, so that I know everything about it. That's what I'm telling you a little bit about it in this video as fact. Information, deeds of truth, oath, in front of these chiefs, okay? Up there above me, watching what I say and do in correct format. Te Araroa, 1837, Queen Victoria, Church of England settlement from Tiki Tiki, Rangitukia, with the natives. You see? So that's all. This is original. It's my writing there. And all my writing there, well, not on the birth certificate, but the added bits that you see clearly in the box that I put it there. So I'm telling my story here with the arrows going to it, and here, Toroa Wanoa, right? Reverend Toroa Wanoa in Tiki Tiki of Rangitukia, Church of England, 1831. You see? Now, that puts our title in the church register ahead of the land titles in Kororareka or Kyoto, because the British put their birth certificates first on our land and the land titles up north, because there was less people to worry about in the East Coast and less people that fought against the British. We didn't put up a fight. That's why we got 93% of our land. But the Ngāpuis up north fought with the British. And that's why they lost all their land, right? They're going to get it all back, but they'll go through this process with me. Okay, so you can see 1837, Akuata, Aku, and all these tribes that came in after us, 1836, 1837, 1849. See, so you can see this takes out the argument of who's on the land by putting these names of our surnames in a box and pull it out and say, who are you? That's what I'm going to do. Put the Manukau's name, the Wanoa name, and Kawharu name, and see who chooses the name. You'll find the Maoris will be standing right out of the way if they're not a real surname. Okay, see, even here in Te Araroa, 1840, all these people along here, sitting on the lands there, and the lands at Lawton Point, Pōtaka, is 1845, look. You see, they're sitting on our land over here in Pōtaka, where the Lawton Point Motel is right there, where I've got the pointer pointing there. They're sitting on our lands, and they got there in 1845. And here we are, sitting here with 1831. It just says, I was here. That's what I'm saying to Rapataka. He was here with me in 1831, in this church is here, right? Reverend Carr. I was here in 1831. I saw you fellas turn up in all these years, you see. Now you can see what I'm trying to tell you, people, that we got the title to this country ahead of anybody else on going on this, and put it to bed, put it to rest, and leave it alone and take it away from the young people and the hurt that's going on. Mohi Manukau say Raki is Aoraki, Hikurangi, Raki is land titles. So this is on East Island. The Manukau names are here to this area. Turanga, Gisborne, comes from here. Turanga is around about here. And Hikurangi is here, to Hikurangi here, Hikurangi here, Hikurangi there, comes from Hikurangi here in Chatham Islands, right? the Hikurangi here came to the Hikurangi here. That name came from the Moriori here to the Moriori here. Not the Cook Island. This is a Moriori name from him. But they're mixed up with the Cook Islands anyway, so we're going to smooth that out amongst themselves. Right, now that's all I need to say there. There's Moai, yeah, we've been through that. So Hikurangi and Aorangi is South Island, Mount Cook. See, Mount Cook, Cook Island, right? Aorangi is the Moriori, or Aoraki is the Moriori, because they changed it to Aorangi is Maori, Aoraki is Moriori. Okay? So we'll go to the next page. We'll get through these yet before this video runs out. Okay, now we get along to something more exact. This is the title of the Manukau and the 4 tribes here. You'll see the Oropuke waka that Mohi wanted to put in is his waka on Chatham Islands, Ngā Atua e Wā. He put that one extra in as being one to, the main tribes are here. This one, Aotea, Ngāpuhi, this one, and this is the whakapapa. This is not so much the tribes, but where the tribes came from in his whakapapa. Okay, and this is copyright, so nobody can steal this because the whole world's been watching it now. There's that carving there, but it didn't come out very well. But, so not to worry. Maybe it's supposed to be black like that on this picture. It just came out black, so I wasn't going to change it. I just left it black. So that's this is the main title. The carving goes there with all these tribes, and you'll notice that Waitaha is here, and Aotea. Waitaha is more or less a tribe that has got its own history, but I'm watching that one closely because it's Pākehā. It's Pākehā, and I can tell. You can't fool a Moai. So this is the Chatham Islands Oropuke waka here, inside this carving there, and up into here, and down to him. Okay, so that's his own one, straight down to Chatham Islands. And so this is Waitaha's one, and they're all linked. They're all linked. So you see the yellow line coming across. It's all linked to the families here, and I've got the clear copies here of this. And his family, Mohi's family along the bottom, and my family here in the purple with the Rogans. The Rogans, this is more or less the Rogans title, and Wikatea from Waikato, the Princess Wikatea here, through Kawharu, connected to him in Aotea, down through here, and these other ones being Ngāpuhi and Te Arawa tribes coming through in this lot. But there we are, clearly our family, the Wanoa family here in the purple, and the Manukau family here in the yellow. All the Manukau family is in the yellow, and the Wanoa family in the purple for this title to Britain. This is for the Moai, this is for the Moriori. The yellow for the Moriori, the purple is for Moai. Wanoa straight to the Wanoa Hapu in East Island and Raiatea. Okay, so that's that one, and we've sealed it on top, as you can see. Manukau, Moriori, Hikurangi, Raki Island, Rekuhu Island, Ao Raki Island, Wanoa, Manukau, Rogan lineage. So there you go. This is the Freemasons will understand this title. This is our title. Between our families to the Freemasons or the Scottish Rogan English whakapapa. Okay, so that's the title to this country on that basis of discovery. This is the discovery of the Cooks and Moriori Aotea title. Okay, so I've written it all up all over the place as an affidavit on one page. I've done this and squashed it all in on one page as an affidavit. All these equals one affidavit, right? Everything I write is just one affidavit, and it's up to anybody else to prove me wrong. And I think you'll be struggling. I think you'll all be struggling to come up against this title that's never been seen this way before. So now we see Hikurangi and Aorangi, was Aoraki. Hikurangi is the Toi Kairako waka, and that's his homestead on Mount Hikurangi, and his connection to Aoraki, that's the South Island title, to the South Island country, with the Parapara and the Manukau title holders, that this is all about, to